The position of the Charles de Gaulle nuclear carrier from France was unexpectedly exposed to the world through the satellite tracking data of a single sailor running application. Now, this multi-billion-dollar maritime sovereign asset is plunging directly into the Red Sea tactical zone amid high regional tensions. Following critical strikes against Western logistics networks earlier this year, the sudden deployment of the premier flagship Charles de Gaulle from France marks a massive strategic shift in Euro-Mediterranean defense posture. Leading global defense analysts argue that European maritime commerce faced a catastrophic bottleneck, leaving highly valuable commercial shipping fleets completely exposed and defenseless against low-cost unmanned systems. On paper, their only tactical salvation would be the immediate insertion of a major carrier strike group to stabilize international shipping routes. If a direct confrontation over the choke point erupted this month, critical maritime lanes would become useless, leaving the economic lifeline of continental Europe dangerously vulnerable to asymmetric warfare. Security experts noted that navigating the heavily contested narrow straits with older conventional fleets was a logistics nightmare, leaving global markets entirely exposed. To address this severe crisis, the government of France directed its single nuclear power capital ship to abort scheduled operations and execute an immediate transit through the Suez Canal on May 6, 2026. This dramatic move outclasses traditional international responses, signaling that Paris will project independent heavy combat power directly into the volatile theater. By positioning this sovereign nuclear asset near the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, France seeks to establish an autonomous deterrence zone. Before we go on, do you think this high-stakes deployment will successfully secure global maritime trade routes? Hit subscribe to join our defense community and tell me where you are watching from. The engineering supremacy of the carrier, Charles de Gaulle, explains exactly why this specific nuclear capital ship changes the tactical balance in the region. This 42,500-ton combat platform is the only nuclear-powered aircraft carrier in operation outside the United States Navy. Driven by two advanced Arava K-15 pressurized water nuclear reactors, the vessel possesses unlimited range and can maintain a continuous operational velocity of 27 knots for over 20 years without refueling. This immense propulsion capability allows the carrier strike group to sustain high-tempo flight operations far from regional land bases, completely bypassing localized logistics bottlenecks on the ground. The primary offensive power of the vessel centers on its unique launch and recovery infrastructure. Unlike conventional jump ramp carriers, this vessel utilizes two 75-meter C-133 steam catapults built to identical American specifications. This configuration enables the ship to operate a heavy carrier air wing at maximum payload capacity, including 20 specialized Rafale M fighter jets and two E-2C Hawkeye airborne early warning and control aircraft. This advanced radar aircraft provides long-range aerial surveillance and battle management capabilities, an essential tactical asset that non-catapult carriers entirely lack on the open ocean. Defensive integration ensures that the flagship remains highly survivable within contested maritime zones. The platform operates alongside the air defense destroyer Chevalier Paul and the specialized frigate Alsace. These advanced escort warships are equipped with 48 vertical launching system cells containing Aster 30 surface-to-air missiles. This integrated missile shield establishes an ironclad air defense umbrella over a radius of 120 kilometers, specifically optimized to track, engage, and neutralize incoming low-altitude unmanned vehicles and subsonic anti-ship cruise missiles before they reach the core fleet. The strategic maneuvering of the carrier, Charles de Gaulle, reveals a calculated diplomatic strategy backed by heavy naval force, aimed at securing European independence from foreign command structures. In January 2026, the carrier strike group departed its home port in Toulon to begin Operation Lafayette 26 in the North Atlantic and Baltic Seas. However, as maritime commercial disruptions intensified following an unmanned aerial vehicle strike on a French logistics asset on March 2, 2026, President Emmanuel Macron ordered the fleet to immediately alter its course. Rather than following traditional alliance commands, France alongside the United Kingdom chose to co-lead an independent defense coalition of over 40 nations established in London to restore absolute freedom of navigation. By May 6, 2026, the entire strike group formally crossed the Suez Canal to position itself within the southern maritime corridor. The explicit objective of Paris is to utilize the sheer presence of its nuclear aircraft carrier as an ultimate diplomatic lever. The strategy aims to compel regional actors to secure global shipping channels in exchange for European diplomatic concessions, effectively establishing France as an autonomous superpower, capable of resolving international gridlocks without relying on external superpower intervention. By late June 2026, the French General Staff confirmed that the nuclear flagship had successfully taken up tactical positions in the Arabian Sea, exactly 150 kilometers off the coast of Oman. This independent positioning demonstrates the commitment of France to maintaining an autonomous operational footprint, ensuring its corporate maritime interests are secured while planning ahead for its next-generation nuclear carrier program, the France Libre, which is slated to reinforce this exact multipolar defense doctrine by the late 2030s. The deployment of the 42,500-ton carrier, Charles de Gaulle, is profoundly reshaping the geopolitical chessboard of the Middle East and global maritime commerce. By introducing an independent nuclear strike group integrated with advanced Rafale M fighter jets, France is effectively altering the security architecture of the region. Leading defense analysts argue that Paris has successfully projected sovereign deterrence separate from the traditional command structures of other superpowers. Because the flagship operates with complete independent authority, its presence forces regional actors to recognize the distinct strategic weight of European naval power on the high seas. However, this massive operations plan also physically exposes a critical blind spot that mainstream media rarely discusses. Unlike navies that possess large carrier fleets, France relies entirely on this single hull to project nuclear power at sea. By canceling the scheduled maintenance window in June 2026 to maintain this intensive combat deployment, naval engineers are forced to conduct high-pressure technical servicing of the nuclear reactors directly while the fleet is actively underway. This creates an immense logistical and technical strain on the crew, revealing that this global power play is an absolute high-stakes gamble for Paris. The profound lesson of this historic deployment is that nuclear deterrence is no longer just about static retaliation, but about the rapid mobility of a sovereign flagship to dictate the terms of international diplomacy. Ultimately, France has proven that a single highly advanced nuclear capital ship can act as a mobile diplomatic fortress, forcing a shift away from standard military gridlocks towards strategic mediation. With the fleet maintaining its defensive perimeter into the second half of 2026, the balance of power remains highly dynamic. Do you believe the independent deployment of a single nuclear aircraft carrier is a sustainable strategy for projecting global power, or is it an unacceptable risk for a modern nation-state?